1, 2, 3, 4.
So right out of the gate, I have to make a comment about last week's podcast. It was one of our listeners, one of our long time listener, one of our long time listeners, had the impression that I was crying during the last podcast because I was stuffed up, and I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to explain the joke. I'm going to explain last week's podcast joke. Because it makes it more funny when you explain the joke, right? So, when I name my podcast, it's really just random. It's kind of like something happens and I'm like, oh, that's the name of the podcast this week. That's how it works. That's the magic. Sorry to spoil it for you. And it just so happened that my ex-wife, the mother of my children, her birthday was the day that the podcast dropped. So I called the podcast Happy Birthday, Dawn. And the layers, or the jokes of layers, and the subtlety of the joke was that she would never, like, she's still a friend on my Facebook, thing. So she would see it, but there's no way in hell she listens to it. No way in hell. But on the off chance that she does, that's really fucked up. But also, I don't give a shit. So that's why I named the podcast Happy Birthday, Dawn. And there was no crying and there was no being upset. Anyway, I thought it was really funny that one of our listeners had written in and said that it sounded like I was lamenting over the loss of my Christmas, that my ex-wife had ruined Christmas for me, which was totally way off base. Anyway, comment below if you agree or disagree, or just don't leave a comment like you normally don't do. You guys can leave comments, I like comments. It would make me happy if you can say anything. Just say anything. I don't care what you say. Just write. What is it? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Sorry, Leechy Nuts. This is a good little bit of a mini podcast this week because very good friend, very dear, good, old, fine, I don't know how many adjectives I can throw on the pile, friend came over, and we had about 10 years of catching up to do, and amazing conversation. We talked for about 12 hours, and that's something, because most people can't keep up with me, and yeah, I'm a little bit spent. I'm a little bit worn out. I mean, I kind of wish that I could have podcasted our conversation, but it was some really deep personal shit. So, I mean, you know me, I don't give a shit. You know everything about me. Fucking, you can send you a picture of the polyps on my asshole, but yeah, it was a fucking amazing night. Best night I've had in years. And unfortunately, due to those circumstances, the podcast is miniature in stature this week. Oof, we've got a chilly charge happening here. On my way to visit young fair maiden Lindsay to pick up
Man, I'm Spider-Man. I come over the house. We're best friends.
Hey, a text from Kevin. To pick up last time I was over there, I left my charging cable for my car there. And I left my terabyte external drive there too, which I have to pick up. And buy a new one because I had this old Seagate 1 terabyte hard drive that I've been storing shit on for like a decade. And it shit the bed while I was trying to transfer stuff over. I was actually trying to, it was acting really weird and kind of sketchy, so what I was doing is I was transferring everything off of that hard drive onto another hard drive. And it just died. And I don't even know what was on there. And I have this dilemma now where I don't know if I know there's some YouTube shit that was on there for sure. That's the only thing I know for sure that would be lost if I just threw it in the trash. But there was a lot of man hours that went into that. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go find a computer guy that can retrieve data. Probably going to cost $100. Fuck. But such is life. You get what you pay for. I had this fucking, you should see the size of the thing. It's like, it's the size of literally the size of a brick. Terabyte hard drive. And I just picked up one at Staples yesterday, and it's smaller than my phone, and it's 2 terabytes. $100. So the world moves on. So yeah, I barely made it to this charging station. I'm at the lights were there. The kilometer, the range was flashing dash dash dash, and the battery percentage was flashing dash dash dash. So I just made it here, because in the wintertime, in the coldy times, batteries aren't the best at retaining energy. So, yeah. So, I've got to sit here for, God, it might be even an hour. I don't think I'll ramble for an hour, but I've got to sit here in this President's Choice Superstore parking lot by myself in -3 degree weather. It's good for you, though. It's good for you. Well, it's good for me. Maybe it's not good for you. Because real men know how to handle the cold. Sorry. Yeah, it's pretty desolate here. I've charged here several times. And there's usually some activity, but I'm alone. A lone man in a lone car. And oh, there's a security guard. I'll go into Superstore and steal some shit. I got so many cameras in there. Can't do it. I don't really know what to talk about. I'm getting better. For your listeners, you can probably hear my nasal cavity isn't as clogged up as it was last week. The eye gunk was the previous week. Nasal cavity this week. It's better, but it's still hanging on. And the energy levels, and it could be because I'm on keto. Maybe my immune system is slightly undermined with this keto diet, but as with everything in life, way too many variables, and there's no way we're ever gonna know. It's a mystery, folks. That's right. Life's a mystery. Speaking of mysteries, how about that Trump? Whoa, he's I think he's gonna do it. I'm gonna put my my chips in here. I think Trump is going to do something remarkable before he leaves office. I think he's going to do something that will rock / shock the world. Because it's different. There hasn't been anyone like him in power before, and he's a gamer. And that's what you need. That's what you need running the system. Well, I mean, everyone's a gamer, right? But although the signing debacle this week was quite hilarious. I don't know, maybe that's senility or if you want to get really conspiracy theory into it, you could put it down to, they trapped him. The left was they didn't tell him what he had to sign properly, and then he screwed up. Look at Trump. He's stupid. I don't know. The games that those people play at that level are they're masters. They're not up there because they're idiots, and I often laugh at people that think that people in power are stupid, because they're not. You don't get into that position because you're an idiot. It's not like you, I want to be the president. Hey, can I be the president? Hey, vote for that guy. Oh, he's the president now. That's not how it works, you fucking retards. No, these guys are gamers. They work the system. They work there's people like to throw around the term 4D chess. I don't really subscribe to that, but there's some shit going on, and the whole Bilderberg. Bill Burr. What? Oh, there we go. Bilderberg. Coincidence? I think not. No, I mean, obviously. I mean, personally, I've been in a position of power, and I have been the right-hand man to one or two very, very powerful men. And I see the games they play. And that's on such a fucking tiny, tiny little level. When you're talking politics and running countries, it's up there. I actually really, apparently, I was kind of worried. It was a couple months ago or a month ago. They were selling tickets to Vancouver for the Clintons were going to come here and speak, and I guess their stadiums are a third full. No one wants to fucking listen to the fucking rapist and his what a mess. What a mess. I love it. Makes me feel good. I love watching powerful people who are out of touch just get fucking pounded on. Makes my belly warm. Oh. What time is it? 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock? Yeah, 9 o'clock. I think this week. I think this week will be. It was a good couple of days. We had a good couple of days. I don't know. There's really nothing to talk about. Everything's just kind of ticking along as it should be. So here's the hypothetical philosophical question. So Sean's turning 50.
In 2 years.
And he gets everyone he loves. Everyone who cares about him, everyone who's ever made a difference in his life. Everybody that's helped him along the way. He's doing well. He wants to have a big, huge gala event. Gala event. Gay. And he gets like 50 of his top people in a bus. How many people fit in a bus? I don't know. Let's assume the bus fits 50 people. 50 people is a manageable number, I think, in your life of friends, acquaintances, relatives, inner, outer circle kind of thing. I think 50 is a good number. I'm only saying that because I can. So.
Because you're almost 50.
Numbers don't mean anything. So then.
Bullshit.
I get everybody on the bus, and we're going to the thing. And I'm like, hold on, you guys go on ahead. I got a big surprise. So I don't get on the bus. I go back because I've got this big, huge surprise that I'm going to plan. So I take a separate car. Now the bus drives right, like headlong into a nuclear power plant. Blows up. And I went too high. I went too hard. Went too hard. There's a lot of collateral damage in that scenario. Let's back it up.
No, just everyone on the bus dies. The nuclear people who work at the power plant are fine.
So everyone you care about's on the bus, and they
turn into zombies and die.
Oh, it starts raining, and then there's lightning, and lightning strikes the bus, and that's the sound of lightning. It's the last thing you hear before you die when you get struck by lightning. By the way, I know, because it's happened to me 19 times. Now, what do you do? That's a question. Everyone you've ever, like, all those people, they're all dead, electrocuted. The bus just fried. It's gone. It's done. And now you have no one. No one. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
How many more times are you going to ask it?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I already told you. Why don't you just reiterate?
No, but you would...
I might not off myself, but I don't know what I'd do with myself for the next bit.
No, picture yourself. What would you do?
I don't know.
Would you kill you? You're just like, oh, well, everything that's ever meant anything to me is dead.
I mean, just humans.
And so then you just give up? No, you don't do that.
I mean, like I said, this was a hypothetical. If I was 50, and I already told you I don't want to live to be, like Grandma and Grandpa's age.
Right.
So if I was 50 and I accomplished everything and just one day everyone died, I'd be like, well, what's the point?
But
I could meet new people, but I don't want to live to be older than that. So, hypothetical world, if I'm 50, I've accomplished everything, and one day everyone just dies, what's the point? Personally.
like for me, okay. See, that's where we differ. As I would be like, whoa, that sucks. All right, guess I better get some new friends. That's how, because I'm way more important than all of you, and I don't care about any of you. That's why we differ. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. It was a joke. It's a comedy podcast, folks. Folks.
I was gonna say, if me and Mason both died.
If you're taking any of this seriously, you shouldn't be listening to this podcast.
You wouldn't care.
Yeah. No. If yeah.
So you're saying if me and you're both children
Yeah.
died on the same day,
Yeah.
you wouldn't care.
Wait. What? Oh, we're doing this. Okay. Oh yeah. If both.
Because you just said you were more important than anyone.
Yeah. No.
And you don't give a fuck.
No. Yeah. If both of you were like, let's build the scenario then. Okay, so it's Christmas. Oh, let's make it Christmas because that would fuck me up really good. So, because we have a broken family from because of someone's decision, that person will remain nameless. It's her birthday today, by the way.
Don Conroy.
So she comes and picks you guys up, and she starts heading back to Chilliwack. And we already did lightning. So what happens?
There's a bunch of areas on your way to Chilliwack, like that one bridge that goes over the Fraser.
There's what?
That one bridge that goes over the Fraser. Mm-hmm. I was just imagining like that collapsing or someone like just driving off of it into the river and dying.
Okay, so yeah, so they're going over the bridge, and the bridge collapses, and Dawn and Quinn and Mason are thrust into the water. Concrete and rebar, and it's just devastation. Everyone's dead and died, and everyone's gone, and so that's the scenario. That's this. Mm-hmm. That's the. How would you feel? How would you feel? Mm-hmm. Well, I probably would. Dance a jig. I'm free. 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 It's a comedy podcast, folks.
This is terrifying. They texted me off of another number. Some e-chat number. Some e-thing.
So because this actually came out twice this week, it's actually kind of a theme this week. Tacos. I had to discuss this discussion with one of our listeners whose background dates way back to the days when Persia ruled the world with the Greeks, and we were bros, you know. The Persians and the Greeks were like rocking it hard, and we were like making awesome shit. And then I don't know, something happened. Google it, fuck up. Anyway, and then with one of our other listeners who had never actually heard this, so I have to tell the taco story. This is my first taco story. Everybody has a first something story, right? But I have a first taco story. So, as a kid, I was a really finicky eater, super fussy. I didn't like food touching other types of food. I know it sounds weird, and you know, my mother was an enabler. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, things had to not touch each like the on the plate. You know, you ate things separately on the plate. So things like stew, fuck it, out, gone. Soup, ew, soup, unless it's tomato, because it's just one ingredient. I guess it's two, water and soup. I get you. My grandma used to put like cream in there. That was really good. Cream of tomato soup is fucking delicious. But for the most part, yeah, I don't. Putting a bunch of like the word goulash, you know, just sounds like what it should taste like. Blah, goulash. So obviously, I didn't enjoy eating things that were mixed together that looked like dog food. So, I don't know if that's part of my purist nature. Like, you have a carrot, you have a carrot. You have a piece of meat, you have a piece of meat. So, I know you're thinking, well, what about hamburgers and sandwiches? Yeah, well, a hamburger is a sandwich. Oh, that's a whole other podcast. Anyway, so my best friend Adam, in grade 1 and 2, when I lived in Langley, funny kid, fucking hilarious kid. I don't know what the deal was with that guy, but he could fucking make me laugh so hard. Funniest kid I probably to this day. I wonder where he is. Maybe we'll do a deep dive one of these days and find out where he is. But he was my best bud, and for 2 years we were like joined at the hip. And yeah, then we moved. My parents decided we were in a townhome in Langley, and my parents wanted to get their own home, like how you do what you do. You moving on up to the Aldergrove. I guess the east side, yeah, because we headed east, and we went to Aldergrove and bought a house, a freestanding house, so it's all our own. $43,000. That's how much that house cost. And then he moved to Chilliwack. So this was devastating, obviously, to two young 6-7-year-old boys who like had found, each other and were inseparable. And we're now like hours apart drive time. So my parents would alternate weekends drive us back and forth for sleepovers, so that we could hang out. Like, it was just like his house on. It was like a custody battle, and so I'd spend one weekend in Chilliwack, and he'd spend one weekend in Aldergrove, and we'd go back and forth each weekend. We'd still get to, we met other friends and did other things during the week, but we still got to hang out together on the weekends. And back in those days, on the weekends, what kids did is they just went outside and they wandered around town. That's what you did. Kids didn't sit inside. There was nothing to do inside, so you went outside and you wandered around the streets, getting in trouble, like doing all kinds of fucking awesome stuff. So yeah, we're wandering around Chilliwack, and we're hungry, and Adam's like, hey, let's go to taco time. And I'm like, oh my God, tacos are gross. Because it's like, oh, fuck, you take a whole, you got lettuce and tomatoes. Tomatoes are slimy, disgusting. And then like meat and cheese and sour cream, and you put it all in like a packet, and then you eat that packet. And I was like, it's just disgusting, just fucking gross. I could not even fathom the idea of eating a taco. Like, who are these monsters? But he insisted. He's like, it probably went something like this. Come on, you fucking fag. You fucking eat it, you fag. Because that's how you talk back then. Because we were 7. And I would have said like, whatever, I'm not a fag. I'll eat a taco. I'm not a fag. 7. 1983. Oh wait. No. I'm getting my dates wrong. Is it 83, 7? Yeah. 8, 10. Fuck. No, not 7. I've got the age wrong. Wait. Let me do the math. Grade 1 and 2, you're 6. And grade 1, you're 6. Grade 2, you're 7. Grade 3, you're 8. It's probably grade 3. So we're 8. So it's grade 3. So we're 8-year-olds wandering around town. That's great, eh? 8-year-olds. 8-year-olds just wandering around town. Maybe we were 10. Fuck. All right. I'm gonna do some math here quickly in my head. And while I'm doing the math, I would like you guys to think about. While there's going to be some silence here because I'm going to look some stuff up. What I want you guys to do while I'm doing this is comment below, and say the thing you love most about your mom. There you go. Okay, here it is. All right, so in 1982, I was 11. And 11 would have been grade... fuck, and I don't even know. Shit. I really should have planned this out. I really should have... Really should have done so. I'm joking. I mean, this isn't, nothing about this podcast is professional. This is just me yammering to people that want to listen to me talk. That's all it is. There's no, if you've come here for pizzazz, you've come to the wrong place. Anyway, whatever age we were, I don't know, 12. So, okay, so we were, yes, I was an accountant for 10 years, believe it or not. So maybe we were 12 or 11. Anyway, so he forces me. He, I guess in this modern era, he was bullying me. Yeah. So he's bullying me, and then he used a pejorative and an explicative, and then I denied that. And yeah, so I went into Taco Time in Chilliwack there, and we ordered a taco, and wow, life-changing moment, seriously. I took one bite, and I'm like, this is a party in my mouth. Oh, sorry, a fiesta. This is a fiesta in my mouth. And, you know, I think back then there were 50 cents or something like that, or they were cheap. I was like, fuck, I got another one of these. And I think I ate like 8 tacos. I don't know. I went nuts. I ate a bunch of things. We had some Mexi fries, which were really just tater tots. And then I had a crisp meat burrito. That was the thing that was amazing. So what Taco Time did, I don't even know if this is a thing anymore. Crisp meat burrito, they would take a tortilla, and they would roll meat, taco seasoned meat up, roll it up, and then throw it in a fucking deep fryer, and then it was like a crunchy fucking meat stick. Holy shit. And it was my first introduction to hot sauce too. And realized that I enjoyed the endorphin rush that comes with hot sauce, and it's probably the early peaks of addiction of my childhood too. I mean, because it came in when you went to Taco Time, there was a little bottle on the table. It was like full of hot sauce, and you put a little drip on your taco and eat it, and it would sting your tongue, and it would. Your eyes would tear up, and then it became like a challenge with your friends, like how much fucking hot sauce could you eat. And so yeah, and we all know that hot sauce is oh, do you guys know that hot sauce is addictive? I'm not sure. It is, because it releases like when you ingest hot sauce, it's pain, so your body floods your body with shit, with the fucking chemicals to make you feel good, so that you can endure the pain, and then you get addicted to it. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a thing. Look at it. Fucking Google it, bitch. So yeah, it was a huge life-changing moment. At that time, you know, back in those days, you didn't go out to fucking eat every fucking day of the week. It was like a once a month nice treat, you know. It's like, oh, we're gonna go out for a restaurant, you know. And McDonald's was reigned supreme, obviously, at that age, and it took a hard back seat to Taco Time for a number of years. Man, the amount of dollars. I was sorry, I fucked up there. I was trying to think of the name of the the guy that was on our $1 bill back when we had $1 bills, because we had $1 bills back then. I can't remember who was on the $1 bill. Oh, it was probably the Queen. Fucking bitch. Okay, so if we back it up, if you were to pretend that didn't happen, I'd say, yeah. See, and you can't do it. See, that's the problem with Canadian money is there's the Queen's on like all of the bills, or sorry, the vast majority of them. So you can't say, you can call a Benjamin as 100, or like a Borden, like it's a 50 for Canadians, but you can't call a Queen because it was a 1 and a 2 and a 5. I think she had the 1 and the 2 and the 20 or something. I don't know. She had way too much power. Whore. Anyway, don't get me started on monarchies. What were we talking about? Tacos. So, my dad pumped a lot of Queens. Whoa. Okay, let's just wipe that. Nah, let's just trash that whole thing. It's not working. It didn't work. The bit didn't work. It was a fail. Just fucking throw it into the ground, crashed and burned. The point is, we spent a lot of money. A lot of my father's hard-earned money went into the Taco Time corporation. Whoever owns that, should look that up. I don't even know who owns Taco Time. Is it a corporation unto itself? But yeah, it changed my life. It really did. It made me realize that I could eat things that were touching each other, and it wasn't terrible. It was actually quite a pivotal point. So yeah, fucking tacos for the win. I started this train. Fuck. Now, yep, that's what happens. You start a train. Do you know how a train starts? It's terrible. Not terrible. Well, it's terrible. It's beautiful. Maybe Sheldon was right. Bazinga! No.